Earlier on Explore Tulsa, we learned all about the beginnings of the Zebco reel.
So now we thought we'd share with you what it takes to make the reel that so many Americans count on as their favorite part of their fishing tackle.
This company is 68 years old. In 2019, we'll celebrate our 70th anniversary. To date, we have sold close to 400 million rods and reels, and generally we've been averaging well over 6.5 million reels per year. So certainly if you look at the US population of 350 million, we have sold at least a rod and reel to almost everybody.
I think R.D. Hall was an extremely curious man. He saw an opportunity and he was able to marry that with a company that needed an opportunity, and he didn't stop until they made it successful.
I think R.D. would be pleased because about 18 years ago, we became a privately held company again. And being a privately held company allows you to think longer term, and you're not thinking about quarterly shareholder expectations. And it allows the freedom to be able to go out and design things for the long term and do things for the long term as opposed to the short term. And that's the way it was when R.D. was here. It was more of let's do it right than do it quick.
What we do here is we support and drive the research and development group and look for new technologies. But we basically, we support the engineering group, and we also do a lot of research and development on new technologies and materials. We also support the quality group so that we can make sure that all the products go out are kid safe, family friendly, and last years, in something that people love to do.
Quality control is important. We have quality control in the factory, and we have quality benchmarking where we test our own products as well as competitors' products. And the tolerances are there. You're trying to be able to accelerate the usage of the product in the lab by having machines test thumb buttons, test handle cranks, test the drags, test the gear endurance and all.
So essentially we have designed a lot of automated testing that simulates functions within a reel. And functions that directly affect the consumer experience. You have a drag on a reel that controls the amount of line tension in the fish fight. You have a casting mechanism that allows you to make that cast and retrieve that cast. And then, like I said before, just a retrieve section where you just turn the handle and wind in the load. So all this equipment was developed to cycle functions within a reel that no angler could ever put on a reel in a lifetime, so that we can know in a few weeks how it holds up.
But you also have field testers, you cannot divorce that from the human element. So we have a staff of field testers who, everybody wants that type of job. They want to be fishing all the time. And we have people that essentially live in Florida or live places where their job is to test the products and write reports about it. So that you get that human element as well as the technical. Zebco is a part of United States culture. Just this week, the CMA Awards were on, and there were 2 songs that use Zebco in the lyrics. Brad Paisley has a brand new song out using Zebco.
Night crawlers, crickets, and a Zebco 33.
We did a survey here about a year ago. We had actually, during a United Way fund drive, we had a country music concert in here, and it was all about a singer who had used Zebco, talked about Zebco and going fishing. And I think a lot of families, everybody starts off with a Zebco, and so it's pretty much synonymous. When you start fishing, you got to get yourself a Zebco. The future for Zebco will always be here. The issue that we face as a society is that there are many more options for today's youth and today's families in terms of time management. And so therefore, the outdoors is where we want people to reconnect to the outdoors. They're not always going to be that pure fishermen. They're going to be outdoorsmen. And how do we make fishing a part of the outdoors? We're not in an industry where we're going to save a life or cure cancer, but our job is to connect people with the outdoors and let them have fun. And that's what it's all about.